Where are you from?
East Springs, South Carolina.
Is that where you grew up?
I grew up in Rich Hill, South Carolina, and Lancaster, South Carolina, but that is where I'm from, East Springs.
How would you describe your childhood?
Turbulent, abusive, and traumatic.
When did you leave home?
14 years old.
And you were on your own after that?
Yeah, have been since.
And have you been traveling since then?
Yeah, the last 10 years.
Do you have a relationship with any of your family members?
My little sister's the one I keep close to. Otherwise, my mother and father, not so much. For the most part, they're out of the picture unless I decide to interact with them, and that's on rare occasion.
Do you have friends or anybody that you consider a support system outside of your sister?
I used to think I had a lot of friends, but it wasn't until recently I realized I only had a handful of them, but I do have a few good, solid friends.
How would you describe yourself and your lifestyle of traveling?
Unorthodox?
Yeah.
I guess if I had to get into it, it would be just going with the flow and seeing where I could fit in, but also trying to find where I belong.
Have you found anywhere that feels like home to you? Even if you
The Pacific
left?
Northwest, and from Washington to Northern California, and then in the deserts of Colorado, New Mexico, or Arizona.
Which is where we are right now. Good old Buckeye. Are you happy with who you are?
Yes, honestly, for the first time in my life, I'd say that I found happiness in myself, and I'm happy with who I am.
Are you happy with where you are? What you're doing in life? Or even the city you're in?
I'm not happy exactly with where I'm at, but I am happy with what I've become, and I can be happy where I am with very little. But I haven't got time really to focus on where I'm at currently. And the present is always fleeting, so it's something I'll figure out in the next moment.
What were your dreams and goals as a child?
When I was 5, I wanted to be a cowboy. And by the age of 9, I wanted to be a nuclear physicist. Obviously, that didn't pan out. Since then, I wanted to be a poet or some kind of musician, but mostly a poet. And I've done that at least.
Do you want to expand on that, or do you have any other goals and dreams going forward?
My goal going forward is to be the best person I can absolutely possibly be. To put aside all the bullshit that happened in the past and focus on being who I want to be, and that is a good person by any and all means. And that's the only goal I currently have.
Well, my next question was going to be what's keeping you from accomplishing those goals, but this seems kind of like a weird question to ask. But is there anything that kind of keeps you from being the best person that you could be?
Duality. Knowing what I'm capable of, both good and evil things, and fighting with myself constantly to do the right thing, because that's not something I was ever exposed to when I was younger.
Yeah.
And myself is the only thing that can hold me back. Myself is the only thing that can propel me forward.
What do you think would help you the most in this moment?
As much as I hate money, it's probably money.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that can afford me opportunity. It's the one thing that society made the case where you have to have it in order to survive. I need very little, but it is something that would help me in this moment, considering I have absolutely nothing to draw from.
Right. What do you think would help you most in the long term?
Social reforms, change in society and its norms, what it wants from us, but also just this world changing is the only thing I think that could really help me long term or help anyone I know.
Would you like to expand on that idea? Like what changes in society you'd like to see?
Acceptance and understanding. People actually showing people love instead of hate. Giving people the benefit of the doubt, maybe whether or not they deserve it, but trying to give someone a chance, because you don't know them. No one can know you without getting exposed to you, and some people won't even give you that opportunity. But also social reform, economic reform, possibly like universal health care, universal basic income, those kind of ideas where people are given some kind of stability and foundation from birth. I believe that could help us all.
Yeah, definitely. What is something you wish the people around you understood about you?
That despite how I look, I really only have one thing about myself that I'm proud of, and that is my intelligence. And people don't tend to want to see further past what I look like, and they don't often want to hear my words or what I think or what I have to say, and I really wish they understood there was a lot more to me than what they see on the surface.
Is there anything that you wish other people understood about the world?
That it's not as bad as you might have been led to believe, that there's honestly a lot of good out there. There is evil too, but there is wholeheartedly, in my opinion, more good than evil.
Do you have any hobbies?
I really love to cook, and I really like to play guitar. I like to write poems or lyrics. I like to write stories, but I also like to just write in general, and I love listening to music more than anything.
So I would assume that writing and playing guitar are some talents of yours. Do you have any other special talents?
Well, I'm a skilled tradesman. I'm almost 25 now, and I've been doing plumbing, residential, commercial, and industrial since I was 11 years old. I have many certifications in the field with all kinds of equipment and advanced life support, basic life support, CPR certified, as well as like forklift certified, backhoe certified, track hose certified, oxyacetylene torch certified, scissor truck certified, boom crane certified. Took pride in gaining those certifications at one point in time.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Being a good person. Despite who I am now, I'm working towards the ultimate good. Despite who I was in the past, and what some people might have got to know me as, especially as a child or a teen or a young adult, I really want to be known for my actions now as an individual trying to be good.
Do you have any particular words or values that you live by?
I used to have a lot of phrases that I liked and quotes that I liked. And one of the only ones I still hold on to, even though he's not the most admirable man, Winston Churchill said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." It's the only way to get out of it is to persevere. That's the one thing I really relate to still to this day.
Do you have any words of advice for anyone going through a hard time?
Even if it feels like it's worth giving up, it's never going to actually be worth giving up. It's worth continuing on. It's worth pushing through. It is definitely problematic to be alive, but the only way you can make it better is to hold out hope and to keep pushing.
Is there anything else you'd like to get off your chest?
life isn't easy for anyone. For some, I'm sure it's more difficult than for others. But regardless, there is pain and suffering in this world, and we've all experienced it. And everyone that I've ever met has dealt with their fair share of bullshit. So the only thing I could tell other people for solid advice is to treat other people kindly. And to honestly treat them as you wish they would treat you. And I wish more people understood that or took that to heart. It's the golden rule of almost every religion, to treat others how you want to be treated. I wish people actually lived by that.
Do you have any shout outs or anything like you'd like to bring awareness or attention to? Could be anything.
I protested a lot for Black Lives Matter, and I wish more people would understand that people of color are often at a disadvantage, and that people should just love people and respect people based off who they are and not what they look like, not what color or what race they are. And people should also really respect people no matter what their religion or sexual orientation is. Respect is something all people deserve. And also murdered missing indigenous women. I wish more people would donate to that cause and help out in any way possible, because there were people that were here before any of us, and they're oftentimes mistreated.
Yeah.
As far as personal shout-outs, no, but I would like to bring attention to systemic racism, and hopefully at some point bringing an end to that and treating people how they deserve to be treated.
And last but not least, can I post this video and your story online? Do I have your permission?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before I turn the camera off? Anything in the world?
That of all the traveling I've done, of all the places I've been, hundreds of thousands of towns and cities, and even unincorporated territories that still exist within certain states, there are good people out there. And if you ever feel alone, look for those people, because they are there. And there are people who would want to help you. There are people who would want to hear you out. There are people who would give you the time of day even when you don't feel like there are. And that there is hope. And there's always hope for a better life and being in a better place. Don't give up on yourselves, and hold true to your dreams, and follow wherever your heart takes you, no matter who you are.
No matter how society sees you.
No. Be yourself and be proud of that. The world needs more individuals. And I think that about covers that.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.